How's it going, everyone? All right. What's your response to that, Theo? So yeah, we're gonna go over benchmark the EVGA GPU. So this EVGA GPU has been no power limit modded. Did that yesterday on the live stream. Went over it and also added on a bunch of capacitors. I did find another capacitor, so I might add on one more because I can add on one more capacitor. So might do that as well. We'll see about that though. But yeah, I'm going to put this in the system, get it set up. The way it's meant to be grilled. GTX 480 Barbecue Edition. Yeah, they're warm. That's a GTX 770. I need to get one more so I can do SLI for the competition. Okay, gotta switch over a couple things. What happened? No, well, I mean, yeah, I would love it classified, but can hardly find them. They're more of a collector item now. This is the SC, the Superclock Edition. Go. Fan speed up. It is quite hot right now, so power limit doesn't really matter. Power limit really doesn't matter. We'll put the temp limit up though. Core clock's already at. I mean, we'll craze that up. Memory. Actually, check out temperature of the CPU. Yeah, it's still a nice looking GPU. I like the gold accents that they did on it. Looks pretty good in my opinion. Temps are good on the CPU. -1. Nah, stock CPU right now. We'll overclock the CPU here. We will. Yeah, stock. GPU is only pulling 12 watts, 0, 0 on 6 pin because it's not reading enough, and 0, well, 1.3 watts max on 0.13 watts on the 12 volt and the 8 pin. The connection's not that good on the 8 pin. I do have to redo it. I have a lot of good 2R2s that I took off of donor boards, so I'll redo all these again with the ones that I got that are creme de la creme, the ones that I actually saved. So I went over with multimeter and checked a bunch of them. Yep, for higher clock, it can help. It does help stability. The more, the merrier. We'll try to do plus 79. Do I think it's gonna work? Not really, but we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot, and then we're gonna do some benchmark here. I'm gonna do boom. Calculate. Don't need run confirmation. And I'm gonna do stop. Calculate. Okay. 1.397. Yeah, it's a little hot for 2600X. Just redo the BIOS. Should fix it. It's not like you're gonna kill it just right off the bat. You have to do a bunch of runs. A few runs is not that much. $44.7. Yeah, $44.7. Oops. Let's see what we got for the results here. Analyze. What do we get? CPU temp, a whole 35 degrees Celsius, and it's a lot better when the pump's going on to it. Hit almost 3 gigahertz onto it without an overclock, which is nice. Memory's looking good. We had 1.267 on the core, 1.5 on the actual memory. Temperature hit 53 degrees Celsius. But 1.267, that's not bad. Let's see if we can go a bit more. See if we do a plus 100. Oh, whoops. See, plus 102. See if we can do a plus 102. Let's see if we can do a plus 102. Yeah, how long did you take the CMOS battery out? Because you got to take the CMOS battery out and push the power button so it drains the capacitors as well. It's not just take out the CMOS battery and voila. It's you gotta do a little bit more. That's what you should be doing. It's okay, it's a bit slower because there's a little technique I do to get a little bit faster. Not much. You also play with the CPU ratio. What'd you get it up to? Are you water cooling it, or how you doing that? I mean, it's passing it. It's passing it. Let's go. It's plus 100 on it. It's good. It's really good. $44.3. Again, it's gonna be a little bit slower just due to the fact I did that way. Save. See what we're getting here. Analyze. 1.28, almost 1.3. Now the best I've gotten on it is 1.38. 1.38 is the best I've gotten on it. Okay, so 1.38, almost 1.4 gigahertz. If I can get around 1.4 gigahertz, the capacitors did help a lot. So we'll see what we can do here. Would like to be able to do 1.4. Be nice. It's probably good there. Let's see if it runs it. Hey, how's it going, Jimmy? GTX 770. It's got a no power limit mod, and it's also got a bunch of extra capacitors put onto it now. Did that yesterday in my live stream last night. Yeah, see if I can get it to reach 1.4 gigahertz. If I can get 1.4 gigahertz on air, I'll be really happy. Like, I'll be really happy. That's just for this test, though, as well, so. Then what I would like to be able to get is another GTX 770, so I could do SLI for the competition. 42.6. Nice. 42.6, that's faster. That's faster. What did we actually reach, though? 1.332. The best I've gotten so far is 41.009 at almost 1.38 is what I did. So we'll see. We'll see. How's it going, Z? Now, what I'm going to do is open up Tech Power Up, put a small load onto it so that it doesn't heat up the card as much, really. And then see what I'm actually boosting clock to. Again, it is quite hot, and it is on just an air cooler. It's not even on water. I would like to get a water block for it. Or a couple of GPU water blocks for it. Just for the core, I would do something for the memory itself. Jay's 2.7 video, the mod 59 limit power above the PSU. Yeah. Yeah. Because he was doing the a 14900K with 1,000 watts onto it. That's guaranteed. It's only, and he was only using a 1500 watt. Yeah, 1500 watt, but still. And due to the fact he's probably pulling a lot of power through the wall all onto that there, and he was also having issues. No word on it, unfortunately. $1.345. 1.358. Yeah, same. Same. I went a little high. Went a little high. It's okay. Let's see. Get that back up. Power limit really doesn't matter. Memory down. It is very hot. A lot hotter than what I was testing this at, too, before. There we go. Put the fan speed up. Yeah, same here, man. And yeah, they're very expensive to get, so. It'll be a future thing, though, for sure. Nah, it still said no. Still said, oh. It's working, but not working. It's working, but not working. Free motherboard. What'd you get? Sad day. Um. Yeah, you also used like 470 liters and still couldn't get a not record, but top 5. That sucks. That's that's a lot of LN2. A lot of LN2 for not even a top 5. Before, ooh, nice board. Can't complain about that, man. All right, let's open up a benchmark here, see if we can get a decent score. I'm going to set the priority to just normal as well. Oh, yeah, he's got a lot of money. He's got a lot of money. $1.349. It's pretty good for a start. Yeah, he's got a lot of money. It's true. It's true. He's got multiple 5090s. That's why he used one 5090. Wasn't doing what he wanted. So he used another one. Different model, too. Both high-end models. Must be nice. No! It's so hot today. Oh, it passed. It passed. I mean, not good, but it passed. Oh, for sure it's going to crash. Give it the Ryzen 7 3700X. Nice. They're not terrible. I mean, you can still technically use it to today. It's just, is it going to be great? No, but you can still use it. Especially if you're doing like a 1440p or even 4K. Because again, the CPU doesn't matter as much. Yeah, the architectural can give you more frames. There will be frames left on the table depending on the GPU you use, but you can still use it today, bud. Like it's not terrible. But yeah, especially if you got a free, man. Like you can't complain. Frequency 22,155. Let's go. World record, baby. 22 gigahertz. Let's go. Well, I'll just keep it in that board. Yeah, might as well. 22 gigahertz at 36 degrees Celsius. Oh man. 22 gigahertz. 1.358. Man, I'm so close. It's getting too hot. It's getting too hot. I mean, as the night goes on, it's supposed to get cooler, so I do have a fan blowing in the window right now that hopefully I can get it to be a bit cooler. What I might do as well is hook up some thermal probes to the capacitors on the other side, see what temperatures are actually hitting. Because they should be a lot cooler now that there's more capacitors put on the board. The capacitors should be running cooler, give better signal as well. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hot today, though. It's like 30 degrees out. It's 30 C. I mean, it's not that hot. It was hotter, but it's cooling down. It's supposed to get a bit cooler tonight. But all through this week, it's supposed to get hot. Yeah, it got pretty hot today. It's supposed to get cooler, though, so that's good. So, I mean... Let's see. Let's try to do 192. I don't think I will be able to, but we'll see. Yeah, I still got 10. I mean, yeah, definitely, but max I should be seeing is 30 degrees Celsius. That's what I like to do when I'm doing my overclocking. Max of 33, of not even 33, 30 degrees Celsius. So that way I can hit the actual max boost clock. Still passing it. Got a little flicker, but we're still passing her. Next step on this card will probably be a voltage mod. So that way I can probably put on a voltage mod, put it on some sort of water cooling in that. Let's see results, see what kind of frequency we're hitting here. 1.371, which is good. Because if I go back down to where I was doing 1.38 and analyze it, I was only seeing max of 35 degrees Celsius. You see how like the temperature difference right now is so much higher? Like I was hitting 35 after a few runs too. I'm hitting 53 now. So we're literally 20 degrees difference from when I was running this before to get the almost the exact same frequency too. So 1.38 and 1.37. So we're literally 10 megahertz off. Yeah, she's spazzing out. Yeah. That's fine. It's still passed. It's still passed. It's not the greatest score because there's little tricks I like to do for getting a better score, but still pretty good. Still passed what I wanted. So what we'll do is 3D mark. VDD CR should be voltage 1.38. 1.38 volts? What? Oh, you're talking RAM. You're talking RAM. No, so those voltages don't make sense. I don't know where you're getting those voltages. I don't know where you're getting those voltages from. CPU 1.8 volts? Voltage 1.9 volts? What? No, you would... No. The 2600X would have blown itself up by now. The way it meant to be grilled. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do, yeah, so we just put that down, give back. I mean, the power limit does not matter. Again, the power limit mod, the power limit seriously does not matter. So we'll do that. Memory will crank up to about 300. And the core will just do like a plus. Plus 67. See if that works. Yeah, that 1650 you can do. You can add on capacitors to it. Do no power limit mod onto it. You can even do a voltage mod if you are good at soldering. Yeah, you definitely misread it. Sounds like you're talking about RAM voltage. Yeah, I would hope so. You should only be seeing for 4.1 gigahertz, maybe 1.315 to 1.33 volts on your 2600X. And that's if you have a bad 2600X. So what we're going to do here, we're going to change this. We're just going to do the game performance. We don't need any other tests for this one. We'll do that. So test 7 out of 7. We'll see if we can run this. Yeah, it sounds like RAM that you're talking about. And there's 3 different voltages that you're gonna be worrying about for RAM on CPU side, or just RAM on RAM side. We're running it though. Was that good? Not really. I gotta do an overclock on the CPU next here. See what kind of frames we can do. We'll see what kind of frames we do. I'm probably gonna put the CPU up to like 4.6, maybe 4.8 gigahertz. We'll see what I do. Probably 4.6 though, all core. And then probably put the RAM up to... maybe we'll just leave the RAM. It's not bad right now, CL9. I can put this kit down to CL7 easily though. with some decent timings, but it's already at some half decent timings. It's got a cheap kit of RAM in. It's got a RAM cooler on it. Should add another fan on the backside of the GPU. I should put a thermal probe though on the I should put a thermal probe on it, see what kind of temps the capacitors go into. Should be pretty good. Should be decent. It looks pretty good. This test is from 2001. This test is older than some of my viewers. Can you believe this test is 24 years old? Yep, the Patriot Viper is pretty good. For cheap kit of RAM, especially if you are looking for specific RAMs, like the actual chips on them. Looking good though. Yeah, right? The graphics aren't half bad for this. So probably after this test, what I'll do is overclock the CPU, gain some more frames, allow the GPU to be utilized a bit better too. There you go. Gotta love the Matrix. He's the one. It even got ray tracing. Yeah. It's even got ray tracing. Yeah, no form of ray tracing came out until 2017. We should fix that. Like I said, go check your voltages. With 2.5, it's not bad. Could also might not be as high of a voltage that you need to get stable. You might need to be able to stabilize that too. 5 volt? That's scary. 40,217. Nice. Okay, let's check. CPU temp's fine, of course. GPU temp's actually not bad. It's just not bad. Probably because it's not being utilized fully. I need to overclock the CPU now. Okay, so we'll overclock the CPU now. Well, that would do it. So if you're let's say your voltages aren't good enough technically for the temperature. The higher the temperature, the more impedance and instability of the voltage will be. So, oops. keyboard. F1. Oh, I gotta grab a different keyboard. Yeah, X58. Yeah. I had to do that for upcoming competition here, so I'm just trying to get some stuff set up. Hey, this keyboard works. Let's go. Now I should have an OC profile in here. Load from 4 gigabytes, so profile 2. Let's see what we got. And then 4.4, 2200 on the RAM. That's pretty high. Pretty high. It looks good though. Voltages look good. We'll try her. We'll try her out. Yep. Yep. The hardware bot team cup. I got a GTX 1080. I'm probably gonna do a flash onto it, NV flash it to a no power limit, voltage, different voltages as well. Got a GTX 1080 Ti as well. I gotta do a 2080 Super, some Xeons, 3770K DDR3. Also my 13900K I'm gonna do. Maybe my 12600K. We'll see for some memory. Oh, I don't think I like that. Oh, hey, Fonzie. Did it work or did it say nope? Hey, Fonzie. It worked. Okay. Switch back over to the mouse. There we go. Should be a lot faster in this test. So 40,000 points is what we did before. 40,217. Yeah, I got a bunch of hardware. Trying to get up enough funds so that way maybe I can do some dry ice. And maybe buy another GTX 770 to do SLI. We'll check it out and see if we're actually hitting the speeds that we should be hitting. 4.4 gigahertz. 1.14 gigahertz. Not bad. Yep. Okay, so we're hitting the speeds. We're hitting the speeds. Again, GPU has no power limit mod, extra capacitors, so that don't matter. And what we're gonna do is, yeah, Messiah Afterburner. Yeah, true. What RAM speed you got? Crank that. Crank that. Oh, you're on the floor. Crank that. Power limit, temp limit. That's fine. I don't care about that. Memory plus 300. That looks good. That looks good. That's where we had it before. Go back into the 3D mark. So we should be able to crush the last score that we did here. And we're going to change this because we don't need all these damn tests. We only need to do the tests that we need to do. Oh. Benchmark. Well, if your RAM sticks are defective, yeah, probably be best to get a new kit. Probably best to get a new kit. Might have to reset the RAM. What? What do you mean, Theo? What do you mean? Explain yourself. Looking good. Looking good. Go, Neo, go. Yeah, right now I'm at 2200 megahertz on my DDR3. Like, I'm almost matching your DDR4, which I shouldn't be. That shouldn't be your issue. It does not work like that, to be honest. Could be using more CPU power, so it means your overclock is not very good. Probably using too low of a voltage. Probably getting too high of a temperature too. It just doesn't work like that. Looking pretty good. It's looking good. So, gained an extra 2,800 points. Nice. Just by RAM or CPU and RAM overclock. Cool. So what we're gonna do is open up Benchmate. Like I said, you could be using more CPU power than what you normally use due to the fact you have those in place. That'd only be the reason, and then it's just your overclock, and it needs to be adjusted. Getting a stable overclock at a low voltage is not an easy thing to do. The more load you put on it, the more you can see that it's not a stable overclock. So I have certain tests to try out overclocks on. Yeah. Yes, just check out voltages, check out the actual frequencies that you're trying to do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely helps you learn out. It helps you learn a lot. You allow this to cool down, rerun this. We'll rerun. Oh, video TDR failure. Oh. Uh, it is hot. Yeah, it is hot. It's at 33C right now. So these overclocks are for when it was like around 20C. So we're like a lot hotter than what I'm normally running it at. Oh, whoops, can't be doing that. It's fine. Reload it. Allow everything to cool down a bit more. Plus, the motherboard VRMs are getting pretty warm, so I just put some fans on them. Should be aight now. Yeah, yeah, lower it from what it's automatically doing. Because again, your motherboard might give it more than what it's actually requesting. So you just lower it slowly. Run tests, make sure the temperatures are good. Again, if you're on stock Intel, a stock AMD cooler, I mean, I don't recommend it. I recommend a decent air cooler for any CPU, for any low-powered CPU, and then water for sure. Right. All right, all right, all right. Yes, yes, yes. I know, I don't got any internet hooked up because I don't want it. I don't want it. You can't make me. I gotcha. Yep. Yep, save up money. Only spend what you have to. Sitting there? Ah. Yeah, you'll definitely have to get the mountain brackets then. To allow it to cool itself down. Really want to get a GPU block for this. Even just for the core. I'll do something for the memory chips. Like a custom cooler for it. Let's do a GPU Z. Let's see what kind of what we can actually hit here. Yeah, it might be just too hot, man. Like I said, I don't recommend doing testing on a stock cooler. Ooh. Did not like that. Winter hobby? Yeah, generally my well, it's not my winter hobby. I do it all throughout the year. So that way I can show people what happens if, you know, your summertime overclocking versus like if you're in Canada or somewhere cooler, wintertime overclocks as well. And I generally do the overclocking just at night if I'm doing this kind of stuff right now. But it's quite hot right now. Yeah, generally my wintertime as well. That way I can use the cold Canadian air to get things cold. In my opinion, it's actually working pretty good with these extra capacitors from what I've tested it at. And we're literally a 20-degree difference in temperature, and we're almost hitting the exact same core clock, which is... Yeah. Yep. You do have to do stuff with new hardware to get certain scores. And generally, if you want to actually get, like, records on your GPU, you gotta get Intel CPUs. You can't get them on... Well, I mean, you can, but then if someone runs it with, like, a 1300K or 1400K, they're gonna outbeat the AMD CPU. That's why all the 5090s, all the records are done with 14900Ks. I mean, you could do the same with 1300K, but all the records right now are with 14900Ks. Nice. It's a good platform. It could be better, of course. I mean, it is their first chiplet style, but they did pretty good, especially for the RAM. Like, RAM overclockability on it's insane. You can get the E-cores overclocked to like 4.8 gigahertz fairly easy, which is, again, insane. It is. It really is a tuner's dream. That's why I really wish I had a 285K with an Apex board. Actually, I would love an Apex Z690 Apex board right now, but I just live with what I got until I can afford something. Yeah, when you can tune all the voltages, that's just makes things so much better. Yeah, sure, it might take you some time, but dang, you'll be able to get a lot better performance out of it. Oh yeah, there's a lot to learn on it for sure. Yeah, I agree on that. It's gonna take a while. It take a while to learn. Yeah, I usually go because I'm in like the best overclocking team in the world. I just go into like Discord and watch them do private overclocking on DDR5 on 265K or 285K. On air, like they're reaching like almost 12,000 on air. Not into the actual like opera OS, but still. Almost almost to the best, and the best I was doing a lot colder, so this is, yeah, definitely helping. 4.8 41.8 versus 41. I just need a shade like noise. So we're doing 41.869, 41.84. We're on the same. And a lot colder temperature too on this one, I do believe. I don't know, we're on the same. Sweet. Actually, it's a lot higher on this, isn't it? Let me check the temp. Yeah, still hitting 52, which is doesn't sound bad. Doesn't sound bad, but since I don't have a core voltage mod, I can't get more stable unless I go colder. So what we'll do here is, whoops. Do 185 and see if that will work. See if 185 will work. Come on. Oh, terrible. And that could be a thing. But also, you've been running for a long time. The cooler's also heated up a lot. 2600X. Try that out. Let it cool down. Let it cool down. Yeah. It's a big spike in temperature quickly on a small CPU. A low-powered CPU, so it shouldn't even be at 50C. It should be cooler. Just if you're on a stock AMD cooler, it's gonna happen. Doesn't matter if it's not thermal throttling. You gotta realize how the boost algorithm works on them. Yeah, realize as temperature goes up, things become more unstable if the overclock is not done right. $36. Any faster or no? Not sure if we're any faster. I'm not looking at the score. It's not the score I'm looking at. It's the actual boost clock. So it looks like a little bit of an issue. So yeah, we are going up a bit in boost clock, but we did have a little bit of a stutter. Did you check? Have you checked? So a little bit faster. Good. Let things cool down a bit though. Okay. Well, I mean, it's stock cooler. You've been running a lot. If you keep redoing the sim bench, I mean, that's just going to keep things get hotter and hotter, so. Things will just get hotter, which makes things more unstable. Oh, yeah? Kind of thermal paste you gonna get. It's really not liking this temperature. I mean, I recommend MX4 for a budget. Yeah, it's just getting way too hot. I mean, just redoing your thermal paste, make sure you have a good mount that can do something like that. Get rid of these tests because I don't want these tests. This is a decent overclock for benchmarking on 3D benchmark, so let's see if it does it. It's almost plus 400 on the memory. About plus 100 on the core. Last time I did the benchmark, it was 42,018. Oh, 42,818, sorry. Yeah, just in case you need it. I mean, I literally have like 10 different stock coolers, AMD and Intel. I just don't use them. Yeah, you can get them for an alright price. If you can find them used, that'd be even better, though. You know, for a really decent price. Ah, crashed. Yeah, so you can get them really cheap. Oh, it didn't crash. Was that video capture device then? I'm in the video capture device because it's probably getting quite warm. Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. Oh, no, that crashed. Yeah, same. It's a good benchmark. I should download Steam and get some 3D Mark benchmarks. I gotta get a whole bunch of benchmarking done. I do need to do that. I do, but I'll be on my spare time getting all that set up before I live stream that kind of stuff. Maybe what I'll do, because we'll just go restart. The fan speed up though. Let's test out the CPU on this. Check out the 7-zip. We'll run that. Check out my score that I have. Decoding error. It's a little warm. Maybe I'll let things cool down a bit. No. No, I have all paid benchmarks. I have professional edition. Again, I do this stuff, so I have professional edition on basically every benchmark. All right, take it easy and thank you for the sub, man. Check to see what my score I need to beat. 0.7 seems a little high. $21,600. You definitely should be, man. Alright, so we're gonna do a let's do R11.5. Let's see what my score is. I mean, do you really need a USB-C? $11.3. I was just like, yeah, 11.3 is my best. What did I do? 11.3. So there's my best so far on it. $12.5 will give me top 10 easy. Oh, I hear you there. How's it going, FU? Restart here. We'll try to get 4.5 gigahertz because that was easy to do. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Overclocking. I just did a bunch of benchmarks on the GTX 770 with no power limit mod and extra capacitors. Now I'm just gonna try to overclock the X5650 a bit more here. Oh, thank you. Let's see. So I don't really care about DR3 going faster. And we can lower this. Try 4.6. Should be alright at 1.45. We'll have to see about that, though. Again, yeah, thank you very much, man. No, so the video capture device I'm using is the EVGA XR1 Pro. On the older hardware, I need to be in the operating system when there's a BIOS. On the newer hardware, it doesn't do that, but for some reason on the older hardware, it does that until I get into the operating system. It goes into a greeny purple color. I don't know why. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. Okay, so there's 4.6 gigahertz now. Let's allow it to do its thing. And you'll see, once I get into the operating system, it'll go normal. It's just a video capture device I have. It's a good one. It's just on the older hardware, for some reason, I get this color until I get into the operating system with a BIOS or driver on graphics card. You should check my older live streams and videos on like my Z690 Horse Master with my newer stuff. It doesn't do this. It doesn't do this. I don't know why. Only in the BIOS. On the older hardware. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. I've literally went through everything to try to figure it out for the older stuff, and I can't figure out why it does it. Maybe if I can get like a receiver for HDMI to give more power, like the throughput power, but I just don't think that would help. Because it works on everything else. It's just older hardware in the BIOS, it does that. So we'll go here. See if we can beat my best, which is 11.3. I just hit 11.3. Just a quick test. So I should be able to beat 11.3. Yeah, as you can see, everything's fine now. It's on real time, so basically you won't see much happening until it's basically done. Or it might crash. We'll see. 1.45 volts at 4.6 should work. Nope. But it said, nope, not today. It's a little warm. It is a little warm, so that kind of does make sense. It is a little warm. Are you sure it's with newer hardware? It's because it's a newer TV doesn't mean it has newer hardware. Still can be running on old stuff. Newer hardware as in the past 4 or 5 years. So we're gonna have to do more voltage here. Ooh, it's a little much for my. Should be good there. Sucks right now. It is so hot. Like it's almost 35 degrees Celsius in here right now, so it is quite warm. So I am limited to temperature, unfortunately. That's odd. If it's not dealing with older hardware, then it's odd. Should hopefully it'll be good now. It's just it is a little warm. It is gonna get cooler tonight, so we'll see if I continue on or not. It gets you wondering. There we go. The Xeon that's in it's just a X5650, 6-core, 12-thread, 4.6 gigahertz. When it's cooler, though, I can get it up to 5 gigahertz. It's a pretty good sample. And it's on a custom water loop right now. 69. Nice. Come on, baby. Might be good. Might not be. Come on, baby. Oh, we're gonna do it. I think we did it. Let's go. Top 5. Almost top 5. Dang. 6th place. 6th place. So I'm beating out a. Oh no, not 6th place. Dang. No, not 6th place. My apologies. We're at. I'm looking at the wrong test. Not top 5. Not even top 20. Almost top 20 though. 24th. 24th. I'm gonna check out the temperature, see what I can do. So save results. 73. Oof, man, it is toasty. It is toasty. It is toasty. I mean, that's a pretty good score. It is a pretty good score. I mean, I'm beating out some scores that are a little bit higher frequency. They're at 4.7, 4.73. So that's good. I do need to get to like 4.8 gigahertz to really be at a good score. 7-zip, I need to do. I have no personal record for 7-zip. Okay. You doing Power 1 bill? Let's do 7-zip. Should pass it. If it does around 35, it'd be aight, but I would like to hit over 40,000. Let's see what it says. See what it says. Oof, terrible. Compression's terrible. Decompression's good. Compression's terrible. It's like it'd be like what, 30,000 maybe points. Maybe a bit more, but it's not good by any means. Top 5, I would have to do. Oh, we'll see what it does. Could be around 35, I think. If it does 40, I'll be like, what? $35, yeah, kind of figured. Not great. I gotta put in a different kit of RAM then. I have to put in a different kit of RAM. That's, yeah, not good. I mean, I don't even have a score for this up yet, so, I mean, anything is actually good. But I'm not that happy with it. Let's see. QI Prime. not good. Not good. I have to tune the RAM a bit. I don't even know if we can do a wide crunch, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna try it. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna do pi 1b. Memory allocator. We're gonna use memory map and then task queue. And we'll see. We gotta fly. Did we crash? Did we crash? Are you good, baby? I don't know. I think she crashed. And now why crunch? Again, I don't have any record for this. This take up to, I mean, it's gonna take a while. About 4 minutes. About 4 minutes, I would say. So give me a minute and I'll be back. It's gonna take a hot minute, or a crash. One or the other. It's gonna crash or it's gonna take a hot minute. It is pumping out the heat though. It is pumping it out. What GPU? Are you doing GPU? Unable. All that and it's unable. I mean, it is really hot right now. That sucks. Let's see what PyFast says. So PY prime, you doing PY prime? 1933. mean, I already know how I can get a good score. I know how I can get a top 20 pretty easy. It's just unstable, that's all. So it's working all right for that. What's SuperPi gonna tell me? Infinity, thread 2. It's actually pretty good. I'm almost at a liquid nitrogen run. So eat M, 8 mil. See what we got. Let's go. Oh, my keyboard plugged in. Oh, oh, oh. Of course I did that. Oops. Yeah, for the Pi Fast, I'm pretty close to a liquid nitrogen run as well. I'm gonna show when tab. So right now I'm at 6 core. I don't have to be at 6 core for these. I can drop the cores, increase the frequency, and then tune the RAM a little bit. The RAM's not even tuned that well for the frequency that it's at. I mean, I'm all these scores I'm technically putting, I haven't put up yet, so they're my best. How's it going, Lemon? Records, so there's records and there's world records. That's what a lot of people don't realize. When you hear world records on older stuff, that they're not world records generally. They're generally not world records. There's CPUs per CPU, which are records, per GPU, which are records. Then you got like 5090, you have to use a 5090 and a setup for it to get world record. And then you got per core world records. I'm going to be going for a 10-core CPU world record, 2 of them. I'm going to be going for 2 10-core CPU world records by the end of this year. So what I'm going to do... And that will give me higher core clock. And 22 is actually not bad. She does that 0. I'll allow that to figure out what it wants. Gonna need a little bit more voltage. It should work. We made my wall. What do you mean? Are keeping you from higher scores? Temperature. Just temperature. That's why I'm trying to save up money to get like LN2 pots for CPU, GPU, and RAM, so I could do dry ice. Because in my category, whoops, in my category, I can go up to dry ice. So I'm in Apprentice League. You can do chilled water and dry ice, and stay in Apprentice League. Just temp. I can do hard mods. I could do everything that's required to get world records and that. I'm extremely good at need more voltage. I am extremely good at RAM tuning, DDR3, 4, and 5. Need more voltage. Oh, it's not even gonna restart for me. I gotta manually do it. Yep, just for higher scores. Like, I can get higher scores technically right now, even though it's really high, but if I can get colder temps, I can get better scores, of course. I have all the equipment to do everything I need for records. I wish I had, like a newer system and or newer GPUs, like a 5090. I could go for a world record. That's alright. I do what I have. I use what I have. Oof, we're really putting up the voltage here. 1.5 is a lot of volts for this temperature. I see. I don't want to do. I can make my own triple stage phase change go down to like -160 if I wanted. But I don't really want to take the time and use that kind of power because I don't have the outlets for that for one, and I'd rather just use dry ice. or liquid nitrogen, eventually liquid nitrogen. But if I go liquid nitrogen, I'm going to a different category. Right now, with just doing chilled water, when I do chilled water, I beat some liquid nitrogen runs and I beat dry ice runs. So, my team would like me to do dry ice. They want me to get into dry ice. It's just like a CPU pot, $600, $800. A GPU pot, $800 at least. A memory pot, it's gonna cost me $400 or $500. Then I have to get the dry ice. No, a single loop won't get you to it, and depending on the size of compressor, yeah. Depending on the size of compressor, yeah. But no, it's not gonna get to dry ice. Generally, you'll need to do a dual stage to get past dry ice. And still, that's like 1,000 watts. Yeah, a single stage generally gets down to like -50. Depends on, I guess, the compressible minerals you're using, but that's generally where you're getting around. Do this. I'll put down to. Oh, I'm not too poor. Okay. If I lowered that. About all the temp or voltage I would like to put into it at this temperature. Basically at the voltage voltage per temperature that I want. This is a good chip, I don't want to ruin it. Some people will just keep going. Some people put their chips super high temperatures at crazy voltages. I'm not like that. Would like to keep using my good CPUs. Even though this is an older CPU you can get for a fairly good price, it's to be able to go through a bunch of them to find another one to match this one. Not easy. It's all good. All good. Come on, baby. Oh, I'd say so. Come on. Let's go. Let's restart. I said, blinded by the light. Let's go. Come on. So this right here will get me up to about chilled water if I can get a good score. Yeah. Oh. 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 Yeah. I said. Yep. And honestly, this stress test isn't that stressful. Do a PY prime first. Eh. PY prime, I'm gonna have to tune RAM. Pi fast. Pi fast is a different test. Might even put it to thread 2, which is the better thread for the CPU. Almost. Okay, almost. Single thread, thread 2. Yep. Yep. So Pi fast is all really about core frequency with a little bit of RAM as well. Just a little bit, not crazy. But more or less CPU frequency. You can run it on 2 cores. You just gotta know. See how I'm like, I just don't go and click run right away? Because it uses a single thread. And then if I only have 2 cores going right now, so if I'm using stuff in the background, I'll lose performance. There's ways to get it to work better. And then you got Super Pi, which is frequency with timings and frequency of RAM. So yeah, it's a bit better. Thread 2 is my better core. Or, I mean, we're almost top 10. It's almost top 10. So I don't know if I want to go, because it shouldn't be too hot, to be honest. We'll save this. It shouldn't be too hot. It's just, I'm at a voltage where I don't like to be at this temperature. Yeah, 51C, not bad. It's not bad, 51C. I could go up a bit more. Could try to do 5 gigahertz, and I'll guarantee I'll get top 10 easy. So that's that. So we'll do Super Pi now. We'll do Affinity 2, calculate. Okay. Yeah, Y Cruncher is gonna do, like, it's extremely stressful. It's gonna do a lot of stress on your CPU and your RAM. 8.5. I think 8.5 puts me top 20 at least. Oh yeah, 8.5 puts me, yeah, 8.575. 16th place, being out 5 gigahertz. Oh dear. I mean, it would be better if I had dry ice than that. It's just, it's not, or even liquid nitrogen. It's just really expensive, and people don't realize that. R23 single. So the next one I can do is see if I can do an R23 single. So 768 is the score I really need to beat. First place is 794 though. This is gonna take a while. This will take a while. And then probably after this, I'll go back into the BIOS and I'll see what I can do with the RAM frequency. See if I can get it up around 2000 with some decent timings on it. Oop. Going? Are we going? I don't know if we're going. It wants to. Maybe. Should be going though. It's at real time, so it's different. Nice. Generally for what though? Well, hopefully you pass. Come on, baby. Yeah. Not everyone's gonna be doing kind of stuff that I do, and a bunch of other people do as well, like modifying them. I mean, overclocking is pretty standard. It's just let's take it to a little bit more of an extreme. Same with the RAM timings. Like some people think the RAM timings are good, but they don't know anything about them, so they're probably not that good. Or they just hit XMP or Expo, expect that's what it can do. No, it can do a lot more. It could be a lot better if you know how to manually tune stuff. It'd be a lot better. Same thing with the voltages that you're normally getting on your CPU. You can lower the voltages and change frequencies. Like generally my 1300K, I overclock to 5.6 gigahertz all core at way lower voltages that on stock. So there's that. No. CPUs will have a max. CPUs have a max. They don't do any overclocking. You know, you have to manually do it. Nope, there's a max for every CPU. Doesn't matter how cool you get, it'll only go to its max. The cooler you get, technically you get more performance. The efficiency will go up a bit. Yeah. Undervolting the CPU is a little different. Not all CPUs will undervolt. But undervolting is not technically overclocking. It's just lowering the actual voltage. It's not an overclock. Overclocking is going past manufacturer standard. It didn't work. Oh, it is working. No, it's not working. Something's going haywire. Hmm. Yep. Yeah, what is my W prime? Oh no, W prime needs more core. Yeah, that's an overclock. Yeah, if your laptop will allow you to tune the voltages of the CPU, lowering the actual voltage will lower the temperature. You don't even have to underclock it. You can just under voltage. You can just use less voltage, which they call undervolt. But undervolt's a weird thing for CPUs. I know whatever the CPU at standard clocks, whatever you can tune it to, might be lower than what the motherboard and CPU are actually wanting. The motherboard handles the voltages really for it, gives it the voltage. So if you can manually tune it so it's lower than that, of course the temperatures could be lower. That's an undervolt. Now being able to undervolt and still overclock is dependent on silicon. Depending on the silicon you have, how good it is. So you can lower the voltage a lot more and increase the frequency quite a bit. Or redo this one. Yeah, laptop cooling is a lot better than what it used to be, but it's still not good. Laptops just run hot. Yeah, yeah, you can. 1838, a little bit better than 18.4. So 1838 puts me where? 34th. No, yeah, 34th. Getting close to single stage phase change. It's a pi algorithm. I believe it's 10 mil. Pi to 10 mil. That's why it's fairly quick. But yeah, it's pi to 10 mil. This is to 2 bill. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it has many methods for calculating pi to, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so py prime is kind of the same thing. Pi fast is more CPU oriented though. Py prime is CPU and RAM. Super pi is kind of like the same thing, but it's CPU and RAM as well. But yeah, different methods. 7-zip is compress and decompress. CPU and RAM oriented. SimBench is just CPU oriented. Y-Cruncher is CPU and RAM oriented, extremely stressful. And you got also now Pi BBP, which is strictly CPU. RAM frequency can help you, but not much. Like RAM frequency can help you a bit. It's just not gonna change your score a whole lot. Very stressful. So Pi 1B is very stressful here for Y-Cruncher. And then, like I said, Pi BBP, 1 bill, 10 bill, and 100 bill. So 1B is, you gotta have to make sure you have really good cooling on your CPU. Let's just say that. Really good cooling. Yep. So I'll show you some of the. Let me run this. Nope. I guess I do have to run it. So these ones here, like a Pi Fast 4.1, it's by other people. It's not just by Ramanjun. So you got Chodnovsky, Ramanjun method. So you got different methods, right? It's not just Ramanjun. It's also Chodnovsky. So Ramanjun, his method's not as fast as Chodnovsky's. But still, it's, yeah. Some people write the codes for it. Same with PY Prime. Same thing with PY Prime. That's still not good. I need to do the RAM up for that to get that score better. Probably put it to 3 core. Yeah, not bad. A whole bunch of different things that you can do to increase performance. Same thing like with GPU Pi. So we go here, put the fan speed up here, the memory clock down. Go. So now we're at a higher clock rate on CPU now with GPU Pi adding on a higher clock rate CPU, a faster CPU too, higher clock rate CPU. So increasing the frequency of the CPU can increase the performance of the GPU. That's what a lot of people don't realize. They don't think that's going to help, but it does. Oops. What I need to do, yeah, okay, it's on thread 2, so it's where it should be. Just want to check that over. So I'm going to do that, hit stop, calculate, go. This should give me an alright score if it finishes it. I mean, would you really want to? Would you really want to? No, because you'll never use the whole die at the same time. I mean, you can do like small FFTs. Small FFTs are very stressful, but I mean, it's not like it's gonna stress your whole die. It's just gonna stress. I mean, it stresses a lot of it. But generally, you're not stressing out the whole die. It depends on the instruction set you're also doing too. So even though you're still using, like, let's say AVX2, that's not your whole die. That's just a different instruction set for the cores, and it's the most stressful one you can do. Like AVX2 or AVX512. Even though your CPU might say 100% utilization, that's not 100% utilization, 100% load. You're not going to have a CPU that can do 100% utilization, 100% load, because I don't believe I mean, you could probably use a whole bunch of different tests at the same time, but it's whether or not you can actually get it working. But no, I'll have to say no on that. Correct. You can use all the clocks, but use a certain instruction set or a certain way to get that 100% utilization. 105, 110, 200% utilization, depending on how much you overclock it. Yeah, OCCT is good. It's not the whole. You won't ever be able to use the whole everything that's in it, because the CPU is made of like the I/O as well. Like the memory controller, you can probably utilize a lot of the memory controller, but it's not just the CPU cores, right? It's not just CPU cores. It's not just the L1, L2, and L3 cache. It's also the instruction sets that put in place for whether or not how stress or how much load you can actually put onto the cores. But yeah, you can't use the whole core or all the CPU parts at the same time. It's impossible. You can test them individually, but I don't think I don't even think you'd be able to technically be able to use the whole core at the same time. I'm not sure if that's even possible. Even if, let's say, you do different tests all at the same time, I still don't think you would be able to. Just won't work. It'll just be terrible. Maybe you can. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but as far as I know, no. Yeah, no problem. But more or less, let's say you want to like really test out your CPU. CPU 7-zip, good for CPU performance and RAM performance. Cinebench is just CPU performance. It's not even full amount of workload basically on it though, right? It's a stress test, but it's not that stress. It's not as stressful as a Y cruncher, right? And not even as powerful as other types of Y cruncher. The 7-zip's good for performance, for CPU and RAM, CPU performance, Cinebench, PY Prime, CPU and RAM again, different portions, and then Y cruncher for real stress test. Puts more strain on the CPU and RAM. So if you can pass a Y cruncher 5B or 10B, you're good. Not a 1B. 1B is generally pretty easy to run. That's not a full guarantee it's going to be stable. But a 10B, yeah, like if you can pass a 10B, you're pretty much stable. 10 billion. Alright, I'm going to turn off the system because it's getting warm. And I need to cool down my place. Your operating system doesn't matter about your CPU and that. Yes, you can be stable on just like how people they put on these like voltage curves and that for the GPU and all that for just going off a YouTuber that does it and says this works, blah blah blah. It might work on his GPU. Did he test it on every single game? Probably not. Let's say you're good for one game, it might not be good for another game. All right, so if you have issues with your actual whether or not you are stable in another game, like you can be stable in one game but not another, and that's a game. So if you're doing like workstation stuff, like if you do blenders and content creation, editing stuff like that, you might not be stable between the two of them with whatever overclock you have. So you gotta be really mindful of your voltage curves and your undervolting if you're undervolting. It's why I try not to undervolt when I'm using my GPU. I lower the power limit, which will lower the temperature, and then I overclock, which means I don't lose the performance, which means I can get the same or a bit more performance with an overclock by giving even though I have less power. I don't put up the power, I put less power. Generally, when I'm gaming, I use 80% of my GPU with a decent little overclock on it and allow the voltage to do whatever it wants, because that will actually it'll hit the power limit, but the overclock still applies, if that makes sense. And it's an easier way to make sure you're stable across the board. Because the voltage is not, the voltage can do whatever it wants. It's all good. But yeah, no, you're right though. You could be stable on one bench, or you could be stable on one game for an overclock or an undervolt, but might not be on another game. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. It's just because it's stable on one bench, even if that benchmark is a really stressful benchmark, it might have been stable on that benchmark. But did you run that benchmark for a long period of time? No. Did you run it at different temperatures? Maybe summer versus winter time for you is like me. It's a lot hotter in the summertime. It's a lot cooler in the wintertime where you live. You don't have AC. You're not perfectly climate controlled. Then that's going to change as well. So making sure you have a overclock that works for cold and hot, because as temperature rises, things become unstable. And that's due to a lot of reasons, because that's the way voltage works. Like voltage, amperage, all of that works basically. Because as you put temperature up with the increased voltage, or even the same voltage, is very the stability of that current is not as stable as what it was when it was cooler. Yeah, so making sure you have, that's why I try to tell people, do like a nice line of thermal paste and then spread that out across the whole die of the GPU. If you're doing like an IHS, do like a line and then spread that out. I have lots of videos showing how I like to do that and show why I like to do that. And then I also do a little different than other people. I lap my CPUs. I delid my CPUs. I lap the die. I lap the IHS. I lap the coolers. Like, I make sure I'm getting the best performance I can for what I do. But yeah, any kind of air bubbles in that, air is not a good thermal transfer. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So if you have a bubble somewhere, and it'll cause a hotspot, and that hotspot can either kill your hardware or just become very unstable. If it doesn't kill your hardware, hopefully it doesn't. That's why there's methods to the way I like to do stuff. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the night. Said, ooh. I will be setting up, like I said, my 2080 Super custom water loop. We'll be doing benchmarking on that as well. I'll get it up. I get my main PC set up here, so that way I can do overclocking on a beefier system for all that. Though it'll be a little bit different. So I'll use my good, really good system, 13900K, good kit of RAM into it, and I'll do it so that way everyone can see what I'm doing in the BIOS, what I like to do for certain things. For overclocking, not for general use though. I have videos out there if you want to see for like general use on that kind of stuff. I have a lot of videos. Almost 150 videos in total. The only thing I've ever done like that was create my own waterproof system with aluminum profiles. Yeah, it's something like what I've done. A little bit different than that, but yeah, I can show you some of my jank stuff years ago. No, hold on. Yep, some good old redneck stuff. RX 580. I made my own custom water loop with a block for it. Yep, that's a i7 6700K system, RX 580. Oh, I am. I am. I'm proud of it, but yeah, it was pretty jank. Pretty rough, man. And then yeah, the aluminum tape is, yeah, cherry on top. This is how cold I get. All the metal fittings start freezing up, the lines start freezing up. I get my water temp down to -25. It gets pretty chilly. Yep, yep. Have to. Have to. I have to set up the CPU, I have to set up the motherboard, and I have to set up the GPU. Yeah. It's not like you can just go cold and not expect it to have issues or any kind of condensation. You have to properly set it up. It takes time. Even if you're doing, custom water loops, it still takes time to do benchmark runs. Yup. But once you get it set up, you can do a nice long benchmark session, get good scores on a whole bunch of different benchmarks, which is what you're looking to do. Same thing with LN2. LN2 is just a trial and error, like figuring out your actual components. Because some of your components might not be able to handle cold temperatures or anything like that. Your memory might not be able to handle really cold. Your CPU, your GPU, your motherboard components might not like that cold. Yeah, yeah. At the time, my girlfriend at the time was like, "Why do you need that?" It's like, for my overclocking. Oh, why? So I don't fry my components? Oh, that'll be no good. Yeah, go through a lot of it too, because I do use my main system for my daily too, and then like for overclocking as well. Yup. Yeah, I need Vaseline. Maybe in the future when I actually can, make it some decent amount of money, I'll just do liquid electrical tape. It's called liquid electrical tape. That's the best way to do stuff. And that's the way I would do it. It's just it's basically a permanent solution. Not really recommended to use for like daily systems if you do that. Components would get hot. Components get toasty. All right, take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by. Peace. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the stream there though. Let's do a short one for today. Let's do a short one for today. Dust. So, yep, I'm gonna end the stream there. Not sure when I'll be back on. Not sure when I'll be back on. So yeah, I'm ending the stream there. So anyone that's still here, I'm ending the stream. So again, thank you to all my viewers, subscribers, and donors, guys, that help out the channel more than you know. That's it for this one. And as always, don't forget to get her done. Peace.